India has moved from monarchy to democracy in 1947 with the end of the British Raj. The leaders of that time were influenced by Soviet way of government and economic system. It led to the establishment of a planned economy. The American way of running the government and established and aligning themselves with the left bloc. Those crucial moments changed course India took to form a type of economic system they want. The position at that time where the Swatantra Party started by Rajagopalachari who were for private enterprise and limited government interference in people's life. But the nanny state was already established. Nehru government at that time did the expected nationalization of Burma Petrol and number of insurance companies which were profit making. This resulted in a slow growth period of economy at 3 odd percent, also known as the Hindu growth. Later, the government of Indira Gandhi did the nationalization of banks and development of bureaucratic rule in the government, also known as License Raj. Few selected group of companies got the near monopoly in their sector. Import duties were 100 to 200%, which led to none to no competition within the country. This led to the Indian companies being compelled to innovate. The memorials of useless machines still stand today as well in Bajaj Chetak and the ambassador cards. Use for shops and materials of use. Shortages were common. Scams were starting to appear and corruption became widespread at the power with the bureaucrats and officials grew. Other Asian countries like South Korea and Japan raced through at this time. Starting from literally the lowest state, an economy can get started from the bottom and choose free markets over socialism and communism. This led to the forming of big companies which were so competitive and offered such better products became household names like Hyundai and Honda. Japan at the time became the largest economy in the world, but this was short lived as the balance of payments crisis loomed in the 90s. The then Narasimha Rao government led liberalization and has freed India from the shackles of socialism. Even if it was done with compulsion, it paved the way forward for future India embracing globalization and capitalism. This led to the revolution in the IT sector. Companies like Infosys and HDFC Bank in banking sector, which was one of the limited few who were able to withstand the monopoly of state-owned banks who with the reserve of government's treasury, which were taxpayers' money, were able to spend thousands of crore for being insufficient in lending. But the leftovers from the socialist mindset still remains in the people of India who thinks big government is the answer to their problems. But in reality, India needs small government which takes care of the basics of people and not run businesses. These basic economics seem to be lacking in India. The only way forward can be with lower income taxes, less government involvement in private interests, and focus on infrastructure, education, and health in common man's interest. As job creation will only happen when private investments grows. Privatization still going on as they are the fruit of the large potential wealth destroyed in the past. Had the private companies not been nationalized, there would be tens of fifteens of $100 billion companies, and India could have been China as they model themselves like Singapore in the 80s during the time of the Chinese leader Deng Xiaoping. The economic output, productivity, manufacturing output India lost is massive, and India as a society become less free. The rise of aspirations of everyday Indians can only be understood and met when India grows its GDP and productivity, both of which has to be addressed with proper policy and bureaucracy reforms. Capitalism with democracy is the only way forward for India.